This is a learning opportunity. You are giving yourself metrics to learn about you in your business and to use as guidance to keep you on track.
Hey, Laptop Freedom Babes, Wanderlust.
This is Hello from Greece.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello, everyone. Rebecca hopping on here. I know it's late. I am slightly dolled up. I'm going to be going out for dinner to celebrate the spring cohort of the Laptop Freedom Program. One thing that I always teach inside the program is the importance of celebrating as entrepreneurs so that we continue to be in an energy of positivity and progress, knowing that there is always something that we can work on and improve and build, right? Okay. One thing that I really want to talk about here is something that Miss Kaylee Ray mentioned to me on one of our team meetings, co-mentor meetings. If you are on Instagram here, you can follow Kaylee Ray at Kaylee Ray Co. Or if you're watching me on Facebook, you can friend Kaylee Ray. She's also inside the Wanderlust Facebook group. One thing she talked about was that the month of March, is the month where most, oh, I just got a toll-free call. Spam. I'm gonna mute my phone. There we go. I don't answer phone calls anymore unless they're scheduled. Okay, she was telling me that March is the number one month that people give up on their goals. And it kind of makes sense, right? Like we set these New Year's resolutions around January. We kind of have this like new year, new me energy. We go at it like a bat out of hell, and then the sun comes out and we kind of give up on our goals. It makes so much sense. So what I want to really empower you with here is keeping a close eye on the month of March and whether you find yourself giving up on your goals or being a little lax on them. Like on the other side, I'm like, oh my gosh, spring, new energy, new me. Like, let's clean out the closet. Let's put the winter clothes away. Let's pull out the sundresses. Like, this is amazing. There's so much energy. There's so much daylight. And really, like, take that fuel with you with the knowing that the goals that you set yourself at the end of last year and maybe New Year's resolutions in January or business goals that you hope to have completed by the summer, keep that in mind. And so March is a really, really good time to revisit your goals. And what does that mean? That literally can be something as simple as like rewriting them in your journal, or going into Canva and creating a vision board that you have for your year. Really sort of reminders, because if we set our goals a month ago, 2 months ago, they might not be at the forefront of our mind anymore. And so if we can trigger and sort of bring that catalog back to the front of our mind, then our brain can be like, yes, right. Those things that we were going to work on. Right. Let's not let those sneak away. So March is a really, really important time to revisit your goals, whether that is rewriting them down, whether that is creating a vision board, like I said, in Canva, whether that is having an intentional coffee chat with a friend and discussing the goals that you set or the goals that you want to set. Just making like a really conscious effort and putting a pin in like, okay, March, I see you. I see you trying to dwindle me on my goals. I see you, and I am going to stop it by revisiting the goals. Now, that also means March is a great time to create new goals. You might be someone who does quarterly goals. So January, February, March. March is the end of the first quarter. And so you might be prepping for like Q2 goals. So your goals for April, May, and June. That felt like a trick question. It's like, oh no, don't screw this up. And a really great time to be like, okay, you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to clean out my closet. I'm going to throw stuff away. I'm going to put my winter clothes away. I'm going to pull out my swimsuit, and I am going to sit down and set some goals. Now, if you were anyone like me, raise your hand to let me know. Hi, Catherine. I used to hate setting goals, because I thought if I set goals, I was setting myself up for real disappointment if I never reached them. And I was like, better yet, I'm not going to set goals. There's no accountability. And if I reach them, bonus. If I don't reach them, then there's no one to get upset about it. Does that resonate with anyone? I was really against setting goals until I started my virtual assistant business. And literally when I went through the Laptop Freedom Program, like the first modules are setting goals. And it made me squirm. I did not want to set goals. I was like, I don't want to set goals because if I don't achieve them, then I suck. And if I just go throughout my day kind of with an idea of where I want to go, and then I do achieve it, then bonus. It's only a win-win, right? Here's the thing about goals. And this is what really made me get back into goal setting. Was they're my goals, so I can adjust them however I want. And I don't owe anyone an explanation or an apology or a reason. I don't have to get slapped on the wrist if I don't achieve my goals to the amount and on the timeline that I set them. And when I realized that, I was like, oh, goals are just a beacon. They're just a map. They're just something to keep me on track, to keep me accountable, and to make sense of my next couple steps. Because if you don't set goals and use them kind of as checkpoints, then what we do get caught up doing a lot of is busy work. We get really busy doing a bunch of stuff that doesn't actually result to a goal. Now, what we do in the Laptop Freedom Program, we talk about this a lot, is because a lot of the ladies, they'll get busy doing stuff in their business, but they're not landing clients. They're not booking discovery calls. And so they're like, oh, I'm doing all this work, I'm burning all this energy, I'm tired at the end of the day, but like I'm not getting the result. And it's like, you haven't clearly defined the goal so that when you are putting in effort, you've got a map, you've got a recipe that you can follow that's more clearly pointed and directed to the goal. Does that make sense? Let me know if that makes sense to you. Let me know in the comments or raise your hand or any of that kind of stuff. That's what goals are really great for, is they keep you efficient and effective and on track. They keep you focused. They keep you checking in on like, okay, today I did a lot of fluff work. Did it actually work me towards the goal I set? And maybe the word goal is not the right word. Like maybe we associate goal with like winning in a soccer game. They're really just beacons at the end of the tunnel or compass points where you can be like, okay, this is my guidance. This is what I'm going to try to keep myself accountable for doing this week. And so the Laptop Freedom Program, what we do is we set goals every single week. And then the following week, we reflect on whether we achieved them or not. And it's not like I'm going to come in and reach through the screen and like slap, slap, slap you if you don't achieve your goals. What we're doing is people are like, the students in the program are like, oh yeah, Yeah, it's been a week, hasn't it? Yeah, I forgot about that goal. And it's like, okay, this is good to know because if you never said it, then you'd go 1 week, you'd go 2 weeks, next thing you know, it's been a year and you never took momentum and steps towards that goal, right? So we set weekly goals. The other great thing about setting weekly goals is that the following week, we might reflect on it and be like, this needs to be adjusted. We learned something about ourselves. So there might be a woman in the program who's like, my goal is to get 10 discovery calls this week. It's like, okay. And then the following week she goes, whoa, I got 2 and I'm exhausted. And then it's like, okay, great. So let's set the goal at 2. And then let's set the goal at 3. 10 was too much. It's not bad. This is a learning opportunity. You are giving yourself metrics to learn about you in your business and to use as guidance to keep you on track. Does that make sense? Let me know if that makes sense. That's what goals are. They're not winning, losing, they're not touchdowns, they're not field kicks, they're not 3-pointers. I'm on a roll. They are to-do list items that are a bit further down the road to keep you on track, to keep you checking in, to keep you accountable. And then when you get to the point at which you wanted to reach your goal, you can reflect back and be like, did that work? Do I need to adjust it for next time? Was that way too exhausting? Was my goal way bigger than I had energy for? Was it too easy? Did I achieve it in half the amount of time? Okay, let's double it. So March is a really, really good time to check back in on your goals because, as Kaylee said, March is the #1 month where people drop their goals. Who they want to be in December, therefore the resolutions that they made in January. February is a short month, boom, March, tank. Sun's out, we want to be relaxing, margaritas on the lake. I mean, those aren't bad things. But are we also checking back in and being like, oh yeah, right, yeah, I set those goals. Don't give up now. So whether you are thinking right now, ooh, I should set goals, or no, I'm good. I'm good on my goals, Rebecca. At least take the month of March and be conscious, be aware. Revisit them. Maybe journal about your goals a little bit more. Maybe, even if you're confident that you are on track with your goals, maybe make a vision board on your goals. Just add that extra stake into the tent peg. Make sure we're keeping it down. I would love to hear one of your goals that you have that you are working towards, whether that's a virtual assistant goal, whether that's a digital nomad goal, whether that's a personal goal, whatever, it doesn't matter. But if you want to start here and start with accountability and put your goal in the comments, then that is amazing. That is the first step to writing it down. And I promise you, I will not check back in 3 months and 24 hours and 63 minutes. That's not even a real number. And be like, did you achieve that goal that you committed to? No. I'll be like, how'd it go? What'd you learn? Was it fun? Did you hate it? Could you do more? Did you need to do less? Have you decided that, you know what, screw it, I'm going to do something totally different, but at least you set that goal so you could learn? Let me know. Let me know in the comments.